a step-by-step guide to preparatory practices for higher states of Samadhi Vedic teachings. Introduction. Welcome to this comprehensive guide on the preparatory practices for higher states of Samadhi according to Vedic teachings. Maha Samadhi, in the context of Vedic teachings, refers to the conscious and intentional departure of an enlightened being from their physical body. It is not a practice that can be learned or achieved by anyone through a set of steps, but rather the ultimate culmination of a lifetime of spiritual discipline and realization for highly advanced yogis and masters. However, the path to higher states of Samadhi, which are foundational to such profound states of consciousness, is well documented in Vedic texts and can be systematically practiced. This guide will focus on the preparatory stages and practices, primarily drawing from the Ashtanga Yoga tradition as outlined by Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras, which are deeply rooted in Vedic philosophy. These practices aim to purify the mind, enhance concentration, and lead to deeper meditative states, ultimately paving the way for the experience of Samadhi. Understanding Samadhi in Vedic tradition. Samadhi is the eighth and final limb of Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, often translated as a state of meditative absorption, superconscious state, or enlightenment. It is the ultimate goal of yoga, where the individual consciousness merges with the universal consciousness. In Vedic philosophy, Samadhi is not merely a deep state of meditation but a profound experience of unity and equanimity, where the intellect transcends its normal discriminatory function. It is a state beyond the ordinary mind, leading to self-knowledge and liberation from the cycles of birth and death. The 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga. The path to Samadhi, as described by Patanjali, is an 8-limb system, where each limb builds upon the previous one, preparing the practitioner for the higher states of consciousness. These limbs are, first, yamas, ethical restraints or moral disciplines such as non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, chastity, and non-possessiveness. Second, niyamas, observances or self-disciplines such as purity, contentment, austerity, self-study, and surrender to a higher power. Third, asanas, physical postures, practiced to bring stability and comfort to the body, making it suitable for prolonged meditation. Fourth, pranayama, breath control techniques, which regulate the vital life force called prana and calm the nervous system. Fifth, pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses from external objects, turning the attention inward. Sixth, dharana, concentration, fixing the mind on a single point or object. Seventh, dhyana, meditation, sustained concentration without interruption. Eighth, samadhi, meditative absorption, the ultimate state of unity and enlightenment. This guide will primarily focus on dharana and dhyana, as they are the direct precursors to samadhi. Dharana, the practice of concentration. Dharana, the 6th limb of Ashtanga Yoga, is the practice of fixing the mind on a single point or object. The goal of dharana is to bind consciousness to one particular object, place, or idea, preventing the mind from wandering. This one-pointed attention is crucial for preparing the mind for deeper meditative states. Techniques for practicing dharana. Various techniques can be employed to cultivate dharana, drawing from Vedic traditions. First technique, focusing on the breath or prana. This is one of the most common and effective methods. The practitioner focuses their attention on the natural rhythm of their breath, observing the inhalation, exhalation, and the pauses in between. This helps to center the mind and calm the fluctuations of thought. Second technique, mantra repetition. Repeating a mantra, either audibly or silently, is another powerful technique for concentration. The mantra acts as a focal point, occupying the mind and preventing it from being distracted by other thoughts. The rhythmic repetition helps to induce a state of mental quietude. Third technique, visualization. Concentrating on a specific image, deity, or symbol can also be used for dharana. This involves holding the chosen image steadily in the mind's eye, allowing it to fill the mental space and exclude other thoughts. Examples include visualizing a candle flame, a sacred symbol like Om, or a personal deity. Fourth technique, focusing on a chakra. Directing attention to one of the energy centers or chakras within the body is an advanced dharana technique. This involves mentally focusing on the location and associated qualities of a specific chakra, such as the heart chakra or the third eye chakra. Fifth technique, tritaka, or gazing. This practice involves steady, unwavering gazing at an external object, such as a candle flame, a black dot, or the tip of one's nose. This helps to improve concentration and strengthen the eyes, eventually leading to inner focus. Consistency in practicing dharana is key. It is a gradual process of refining the mind's ability to stay focused, and it lays the essential groundwork for dhyana. Dhyana, the practice of meditation. Dhyana, the seventh limb of Ashtanga Yoga, is the sustained and uninterrupted flow of concentration. While dharana is about fixing the mind on a single point, dhyana is about maintaining that focus effortlessly, without any breaks or distractions. It is a continuous stream of awareness directed towards the object of meditation. Progression from dharana to dhyana. Dhyana naturally arises from successful dharana. When the mind can hold its focus on an object for an extended period without wavering, the state transitions from concentration to meditation. The effort involved in maintaining focus diminishes, and the practitioner experiences a deeper sense of absorption and inner peace. Techniques for practicing dhyana. The techniques used in dhyana are an extension and refinement of those used in dharana. The key difference lies in the sustained and effortless nature of the focus. First technique, continuous breath awareness. In dhyana, the awareness of the breath becomes a continuous, unbroken flow. The practitioner is deeply attuned to each inhalation and exhalation, and the mind remains absorbed in this awareness without conscious effort. Second technique, mantra meditation. The repetition of the mantra becomes internalized and continuous. The mantra resonates within the mind, and the practitioner becomes one with its sound and vibration, transcending intellectual understanding. Third technique, self-inquiry or atmavikara. This is a profound dhyana technique, particularly emphasized in Advaita Vedanta. It involves a continuous inquiry into the nature of the self or I. The practitioner repeatedly asks, "Who am I?" or "Whence comes this I?" to transcend the ego and realize the true self. Fourth technique, witnessing thoughts. In this practice, the meditator observes thoughts as they arise and pass, without engaging with them or judging them. The mind becomes a detached witness, leading to a state of mental clarity and spaciousness. The transition to samadhi. When dhyana deepens and becomes completely effortless, the distinction between the meditator, the act of meditation, and the object of meditation dissolves. This is the state of samadhi. It is not something that can be forced or willed, but rather a natural unfolding when the mind is fully prepared through consistent practice of dharana and dhyana. In samadhi, the mind is completely absorbed in the object of meditation, yet it is not a state of unconsciousness. Instead, it is a state of heightened awareness, where the practitioner experiences profound peace, bliss, and a direct realization of truth. Patanjali describes different stages of samadhi, progressing from those with subtle mental content, called samprajnata samadhi, to those beyond all mental modifications, called asamprajnata samadhi. Key principles for progressing to samadhi. First principle, consistency and discipline. Regular and dedicated practice of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, and dhyana is paramount. There are no shortcuts to samadhi. Second principle, non-attachment or vairagya. Cultivating detachment from worldly desires and outcomes is essential. The mind, freed from external distractions, can more easily turn inward. Third principle, surrender or Ishvara pranadhana. A sense of surrender to a higher power or the universal consciousness can facilitate the journey towards samadhi, releasing the burden of individual effort and control. Fourth principle, guidance from a guru. Traditionally, the guidance of an experienced teacher or guru is considered invaluable for navigating the complexities of the spiritual path and avoiding pitfalls. Conclusion. Maha Samadhi, while a profound and ultimate state, is the culmination of a rigorous spiritual journey. The path to higher states of samadhi, as outlined in Vedic teachings and particularly in Ashtanga Yoga, involves systematic cultivation of ethical conduct, physical discipline, breath control, sense withdrawal, concentration through Dharana, and meditation through Dhyana. By diligently practicing these preparatory stages, individuals can purify their minds, deepen their awareness, and progressively move towards the transformative experience of Samadhi, leading to profound inner peace and self-realization. This concludes our guide to the preparatory practices for higher states of Samadhi according to Vedic teachings. May your practice bring you peace, clarity, and spiritual growth. A step